Hi there guys, so this is going to be the last video of painting a leopard Appaloosa. So I have basically finished up this guy to a point where I'm pretty much happy with him. I may make a few minor adjustments here and there. But a couple of things that I wanted to talk to you about was just minor things. How did they make things better? Kind of just figure things out. So with this guy here, I did finish up his light colored hoof, and basically, with this hoof, it's the same thing except it's just a different color that you do with the other hooves. So you use like a light tan color for the base, you use your brown pencil to make the growth lines, and then of course if you want to add striping, you just take a little bit of black acrylic paint, mix it with a little bit of water, and then just do your striping on your hooves. Then of course I did finish up his eyes. So his eyes are completed. I also finished up his pink nose marking, and I just added more layers to that. I did add a couple more areas with the spots and so forth, but I'm pretty much overall very happy with that. I may do some minor areas that I feel need some, but a couple of things that I want to talk to you guys about was tips and tricks on things to watch out for, especially when you're working with paints and acrylics and so forth. They're just a pain in the butt. So a couple of things is that acrylic paints are not really meant to be a shading tool. So what I'm saying, like if you look at like a pastel or oils or anything like that that's actually oil based and not water based, they actually blend fantastically. So always keep that in mind, especially when you're working with acrylics, because sometimes if you put some acrylics on your horse, you may not be able to get it off afterwards, and it could just overall just ruin your whole model if you don't take that into consideration. So always be aware of what your horse is doing in terms of the spots and so forth. You also need to take into consideration what overall color his mane and tail are going to be, because this guy is kind of a blanket Appaloosa looking. Of course, his tail is white, but of course if you have a black spot on his tail, you may get a black hairline in there because of it, along with the mane. So yeah, but make sure that you always spray your horse after you're totally happy with it, because if you don't spray your horse, I've had a couple of people ask me why. Then the best term I could give you is thinking of it like a clear coat on a car. If you just paint the car with the paint and don't seal it in any way, shape, or form, and over the time and years, the model, if it gets damaged, broken, tipped over, whatever, every one of those does something to your model. And the clear coat or the matte finish is like a barrier against every harmful particle in the world that's going to be touching this model, including your hands. So if you don't seal your horse, the acrylic paints will rub off, along with the pastels will rub off. All the acrylic paints will eventually rub off, and they do. So basically, you just need to make sure that you seal your horse. I usually do about 4 or 5 coats, and generally, that seals everything off pretty good. And then of course, you know, you can gloss your eyes and hooves after you're done. And you just use, I believe I have another video on that, talking about glossing eyes and hooves. But basically you're just using glazing medium. You can also use nail polish, but I actually do not like to use nail polish. And the reason why I say that is because nail polish is actually a little bit more harder to use. It dries quicker than the glossing medium, and it also, it's a little bit more of a pain in the butt to deal with, and it also likes to chip off more. Because, you know, when you put it on your nails, it's not designed to stay on there for a long time. That's why I like to use glossing medium, because, you know, it's acrylic based, and it's very thick, and when you put it on, it dries to a clear glossy finish. And I've never had any problems with it coming off, chipping off, melting off, so forth. So yeah, but anyways guys, so basically our leopard Appaloosa is completed, and you know, if you need to make finer adjustments, you may do so. It's up to you. And you know, if you have any further questions about, you know, painting a leopard Appaloosa, let me know, and I will do the best I can to answer your questions. Of course, I cannot do every single painting video in the world for everybody. Doing a tutorial like this is very hard, and it takes a lot of hours and a lot of time, and I have a life outside everything else. Currently, you know, I've got spring is coming, I've got horse shows coming, real horse shows. I've got you know, just a bunch of stuff. I've got comic pages I have to work on for my new comic. I've got gardening, I've got car work, I've got, oh gosh, it keeps going. So, you know, this is going to be the last tutorial for some time. Because of it, there may be some random ones that I'm currently editing, but for now, this will be the last major tutorial. So if you have any further questions, guys, let me know, and I will do the best I can to help you out.